Right, here he is, Britain's newest heavyweight sensation, Moses Itauma. It's all gone off in the last week or so, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad. It's just like the comparing between amateur and pros. Like in the amateurs, they don't get no press, and then the pros, I'm just doing like mad interviews, so it's a bit different.
Did you have any idea it was going to be like this, or did you just sort of think?
I had a little bit, but I didn't think it was going to be this big.
Have you sort of reconciled yourself to it and thought, well, life has changed now?
Yeah, a lot has changed. Obviously, I'm a professional now, so I've got to keep it professional.
And a lot of it is about the weight, isn't it? Heavyweights are the ones that are they attract the attention.
Yeah, of course.
And when you build as, this future wrecking force that's coming through, people are going to get interested, people get excited. And
yeah, of course.
Your profile is going to go through the roof. Have you sort of prepared yourself for this?
Nah, I've not prepared for myself whatsoever, I can't lie. But just gonna have to handle it,
You don't look like the sort of person that suffers with nerves.
No, I never, in the amateurs I never really got nervous. I don't really know, I'm not nervous right now. Might change on the actual day, but no, ain't no nerves, I'm calm.
Have you always been chilled and laid back and sort of, in dressing room before fights?
Yeah, no, I get that from my dad. He's very chilled, so yeah, I've probably inherited his chillness.
Tell me, obviously you had 24 amateur fights, a lot of titles. When was the last time you lost at anything?
Don't know. I lost spars, innit? But nah,
You don't have winners and losers in spars, do you?
Yeah, but then people say that, but secretly there's like a bit of I won that one, I lost that one. So I don't know.
When was the last time you sort of lost a game of table tennis or pool or something like that?
No, I ain't got a clue. I don't know. I don't keep count on none of that.
But you're not familiar with. You don't know the taste of losing a fight.
No.
Which is so unusual, isn't it? I mean, normally the best amateurs, get a stinker of a decision that goes against them, and they say, "Oh, it was unfair. It was an away show. This, that, and the other." You've not even had anything close to that, have you?
Yeah, maybe if I had a little bit more fights, then probably yeah. But because I've only had 24 fights, it's not really like it is a lot of fights because all my fights have been for England. So. I've had like 20 fights for England, so yeah, a lot of them were abroad, and the decision always went my way because I made it very clear that I've won the fight. Like I've only ever had one split decision fight, and that was my second fight in schoolboy.
11, weren't you?
Yeah, I was 11. Yeah, so that was my schoolboy semi-finals or something like that. So yeah, just I've always Carol's always kept me motivated. So. Yeah, I don't want to taste defeat.
Has it been difficult? I mean, okay, like you say, age of 11, you were fighting up to this year, we say the Worlds. So that's 7 years, 24 fights.
Yeah.
Has that been kind of frustrating?
Yeah, very frustrating. But the thing is, it was last year I had 2 fights in Germany, 4 fights in the Europeans, and 4 fights at the World. So. That's 10 fights. Is that right? That's 10 fights. So if you was to take last year out, I would have been boxing for 7 years and only had 12 fights or 14 fights. Sorry. So yeah, it's just literally all last year. I had 10 fights last year. So if you was to take that out of the conversation, I would have been boxing for 7 years and had 14 fights, which is like terrible.
So at a national level, was it just not the opponents?
COVID did play a part in it, but it was just I literally couldn't get fights. Like I've entered every national championships there is, and I've only ever got to box in 2 of them.
Was that hard to cope with, hard to deal with at the time?
Yeah, a lot of the time. Like I remember coming to my amateur gym, St Mary's, and they say, "Oh, I've matched you up there. You've got a fight. We've matched you up," and then two days later, or even a day before the fight, they like pull out or whatever. So yeah, it would get annoying, but I just learned to cope with it.
Do you ever come close to giving it away?
Look,
giving it up?
Yeah, I actually did. My brother took me out of it though, and therefore I don't regret it.
I did hear you talk about playing football. What were you like at that?
Oh well, this was when I was like 9, 10 years old. Like I started boxing, I had like 5 sessions at St Mary's. I was sick like pretty much every session, so just gave it up and I went into football. And I was half decent there, but I just got bored of it. So
where did you play?
Up top, striker.
Okay.
I was quick. I was a quick.
Got a bit of pace in there, isn't it?
Yeah, I was quick. This is back when I was 50, 60 kilos. So yeah, I was quick.
Anymore?
No. I can't be quick. I'm 110 kilo now.
You'll probably be set centre half now.
Yeah, probably centre back or something.
Oh dear. So let's get on thinking. Like, when did you start realising, but you were onto something with this boxing business? Sort of. I mean, we talk about these spars. You've been in with like a who's who of British heavyweights. I mean, that's many people at your age would have found that quite daunting. You know, you step in with Joshua, who's whatever people think of him, he's an Olympic gold medalist. Big Joe, silver medalist, should have been a gold medalist.
Should have been a gold, 100%.
You know, this is a very high level of sparring partner, and I shouldn't imagine they're the types to take it easy on you.
Yeah, no. I sparred when I probably sparred with Coley. That's when I was probably thinking like yeah, I'm onto something. Like, I never really thought like I was any. I thought I was like alright. I was decent, but then when I was sparring with Coley and I was holding my own, I was thinking like.
Was he one of the early ones?
Yeah, this was when I was 15 or 16. Yeah, 15, and then I was like, I'm doing alright here. Do you get what I mean? And then yeah. It's just crazy from there.
And when did Big Joe and Joshua and all the others come into it?
So I sparred Joshua when I was 16, preparing for my European Championships. I was training up Sheffield. He was also training up Sheffield. And KD, David, he asked if I wanted to spar. And then I was like, yeah, why not? Because I was struggling with sparring up there anyway. So I was like, why not? And then Joe Joyce, I must have been 16 as well. I was preparing him, like he was meant to box Usyk, but never boxed him. And then last year I sparred the bar like countless times. I don't really know why, but yeah, it is what it is.
Now we know Joe, he's a kindly soul, and I'm sure he was very encouraging. Did Joshua give you any feedback?
No, no one gave me no feedback. Coley said, Coley's like gives me my praise.
He's talked a bit, hasn't he? Yeah.
Joe Joyce says my praise on the interviews, but AJ ain't never said nothing, no.
It's very unusual, isn't it? You spar a kid out of school who's just sparred you, and you think you'd give them something in return, wouldn't you? Say, well done, son, or you look the part, you know.
No, I'm not really that bothered anyway. Like with Joshua, I think I'd done like a couple rounds and I'll go out the ring, and then I had to go back to the hotel to go back to the England team, so I probably didn't have a chance to say anything, but no, I'm not really that bothered. I did speak to AJ last year about my career. Like I was gonna see, because like the quote I like to see, the quote I like to like live by is don't take advice from people you don't want to swap shoes with. And AJ's been there and done that, hasn't he? He's gone to the Olympics, he won the gold. He's was a heavyweight. Yeah, he's won like the heavyweight champion of the world, and like. I've obviously got a few money in his bank account, so like yeah, I did speak to him for a little bit, but yeah, no ratings. Obviously,
you were very much in the system, if you like, with being England international. How much pressure, if you like, I don't know if that's the right word, did you come under to progress down the pathway, GB, the elite squad? I mean, surely with all the coaches were encouraging you in that direction.
Yeah, of course.
Did that happen?
Yeah, I did. I was thinking about it. Like it wasn't just a straight, right, I'm turning pro at 18. I was thinking about Olympics. I was thinking about GB. I enjoyed going up Sheffield with the England squad. Obviously, England and GB are two different things, but yeah, I did enjoy. Especially when I went out to Spain. I like going out to competitions. When I went out to Germany, it was good times in my life. So I was like, yeah, it was like the Olympics was a good shout, and I would have wanted to go to them, but I just thought there's so many more pros of going professional, so I was just like, yeah, I'm going pro. Sometimes you just got to grow up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine they were desperate for you to get on that Olympic cycle, but I remember some time ago I was seeing this document from England International GB who said, but yourself and Royston were right at the front of the queue for that elite pathway onto the elite squad, And now you're both potentially going to be fighting on the same card. You're quite good pals, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I've known Royston since the schoolboy European, so this was back in 2018. So we went to Germany together, we went to Bulgaria together, I went to Romania together, and obviously before you fly out, you have 6 weeks camps in Sheffield and Tamworth. So yeah, I knew Royston. Yeah, I wouldn't say we're best of mates, but I do know him quite well. I like him and his family, very nice family. So
two major talents, though, will be exploding onto the pro ranks now.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. Like I was speaking to Royston just before he turned pro, and he was like, yeah, like the pros of the like exactly what I was thinking. Like he was thinking as well. So yeah, it was me, him, and someone else I can't remember. But we was on the podium potential squad or whatever,
right, yeah.
Whatever they called it. So like if we was to go GB or whatever, we'll be like straight up there. But yeah, no.
So when did this Mike Tyson seed start growing in your head about the 20 years, 4 months?
It was probably over COVID. Yeah, I was watching Mike Tyson documentary and I saw that he broke the record. I'm not too sure if it was like Muhammad Ali's or Floyd Patterson's or whoever was before him. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try that. But like I said in my other interviews, that's like the mid-term goal. I'm not really thinking about that. Yeah, I'm just thinking about my pro debut. And yeah. You
accept that it's got to be played by ear, played by eyes. People are not going to chuck you into something that you're not ready for, and you might just, if you're not ready, you're just going to have to wave it goodbye, aren't you? Are you prepared for that? Or are you just thinking, I'm going to try it, whatever?
I think I can do it. Obviously, not right now in what I am right now, but I think once I'm 20 years old, like yeah, long day.
What about Mike Tyson? Is he someone is there any of him in you, sort of in your style wise, that sort of thing?
No, not really.
Because he wasn't a high guard, was he? Sort of, he was used to, and you're not, from what I've seen.
No, I'm not too sure. Like, maybe. I'm not as aggressive like him. Obviously, we had two different growing up here. He was from like the ghetto. I was lucky to have like a mother like mine that provided good for like a good lifestyle for me. So, yeah.
Which heavyweights float your boat?
Well, right now, or
yeah, well, no, just generally.
What do you mean by floats my boat? Like,
which ones really, your personal favourites?
Oh, I don't really watch heavyweights like that. I'm more of like I watch a lot of Hector Camacho, Edwin Valero. I've only just recently started watching David Benavidez. I'm not too sure why, but yeah, no, I like the southpaws, but yeah, no, I'm not too sure about the heavyweights. I don't
what about the current British lot? Is it the same? Are you like most people? Tyson at the top?
Yeah, I would have Tyson at the top. AJ second. I'm rate Dillian White. He's very, very tough, but technically not that good. But I think his toughness like carries it for him. Like, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I'll probably say Dillian White third. Sorry.
A lot of people are very high on Joe at the moment, aren't they?
You know what? Yeah. No, you know what? I've ruled Joe out. I'm gonna put Joe third.
Yeah.
And then White fourth.
Because I think the main thing is people, whatever you think of Joe, but everyone thinks he's going to be hard to beat, isn't he? So
no, he is.
People can't really see. I think that's why people want to see him fight Deontay Wilder, because they sort of think
they want to test his chin.
Yeah.
On some power, yeah.
It's like he said in an interview the other day. I think he says people think I'm just this walking chin. But you're actually interested to test that, aren't you? I mean, not his chin, but your own chin, because obviously you say you're waiting to feel what a punch tastes like with the small gloves.
No, I'm not waiting. I'm not going into the ring thinking I want to get hit. I want to know what it feels like. But like the difference is like you can't go swimming without getting wet, but you can go into boxing without not getting hit, and it has happened before. So yeah, I'm not gonna go in there thinking, right, lay me one on the chin so I can know what it feels like. But
even a jab is you can go. Ooh.
Yeah, I can probably like when you starts up, you probably feel it on the glove, and then compare it to your chin. So it's like Yeah, it's going to be a lot different, but I'm prepared for that.
Just how special for the whole Itauma family is this night going to be on the 28th?
Oh, it's crazy. My family from Slovakia are coming over. My dad's got all of his Nigerian crew coming as well. So, yeah, it's going to be big for my family, yeah.
It's something it's what dreams are made of, isn't it? Like,
yeah, of course.
Carol with his 10th fight and the first title, your pro debut, the same show. Sort of, you couldn't write it much better, could you? As long as you get wins.
Literally, of course. It's exciting times, 100%. I
just want to check one thing. I do hear various pronunciations of your name. I always tend to go with Itauma. What is it? And Frank goes Itauma.
No,
he sort of goes really random. Yeah. Itauma, I've heard.
Yeah, it's Itauma.
Yeah. Right. You must hear all the different variations, don't you? Sort of?
Yeah, no, Itauma, Itauma. Yeah, hear it all the time.
You have to. I bet you can't be bothered correcting people.
Yeah, literally. I just let them say whatever. As long as they're disrespecting, I'm not bothered.
Also, you're going to be a busy boy, aren't you? Sort of over the first year or so of you.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm only thinking about my pro debut at the minute.
Yeah, and we can't wait. We're looking forward to it. New heavyweight on the scene, new kid on the block.
Yeah, get into the mixture.
Thank you very much.
It's all good. Thank you.